Good morning. An inspiration to have this discussion just popped up in my head. How to describe it? I don't know. I go to bed every night feeling very positive, and I wake up in the morning kind of lucid dreaming and trying to create a new reality for myself. What are my dreams? What are my wishes? Things like money, a new place to live that's a home separated from other people, creating community, creating and doing more of my awakening through sexuality work, and then also trying to call in a divine partner, partnership, sexuality, etc. And I don't know how to describe it, but it's literally like, to even go into those places some days now, it's literally like completely shut off. I can't even dream there. I can't even imagine it. It's just like, I don't know how to describe it. Like the energy is sucked out as soon as I start to create it. And I've been looking at it a lot lately, and people talk about timeline shifts and manipulation, and how time is played with to control us. And I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see in my dreams and my past where positive outcomes happened, but after they happened, something rolled the time back and adjusted so that the positive outcome didn't happen. And it's a real thing. It's been happening for quite some time. It's part of the Matrix program or whatever we're having. But I'm just wondering if other people have been seeing this or feeling it, where certain parts of being a human being that might be taken as positive or give positive energy, one especially is our sexual energy, our money energy, our successes, our businesses, etc., are all things that are 3D kind of success or somehow rewarding us, right? If we have a good business, we make good money, and then that money is used for us to do things that we love, etc. When we have intimacy and a partnership in our life and sexuality, we co-create with that person. We use that energy to I don't know, pump us up, have passion, have excitement in our life. And I'm just realizing, I look back at relationships, attempted at relationships, and the universe talks about, okay, how we're co-creating and how we're building ourselves and all these kind of things. But I really think relationships are used to manipulate us as well. And I'm not talking about people being bad or whatever, but when we have low vibration or partner up with people with low vibration, denser stuff comes up. Some people say, okay, this is our life purpose, and we're learning about ourselves, and we're expanding and figuring out our darkness. Hello, Sally. Nice to see you. But I'm starting to really see that those things are manipulated. They're used to kind of pull us out, and then the traumas that are in each other just basically kind of bash and crash up against each other. So there's a lot of energy that's excitement, fighting, or stuff not being said that kind of propagates. And I'm seeing that those things are one of the major controllers of us, because we're all longing for our intimacy, our sexuality, a connection with a partner, a divine partner, etc. And I ask a lot of people to kind of go look back over the last 2 years and 3 years with all the control that's going on. my business kind of came out from underneath me. There was just no choice. Nobody showed up, and I didn't had no control. Things like that, taking that away, and then things around money and this kind of stuff just kind of fell out of my control. Money. At one point in my life, I paid my bills and did my credit card on every statement, had no debt, house was almost paid off. And then one day something switched. Like the money didn't change, the other things didn't change. All of a sudden I got this belief inserted into me that the numbers weren't adding up. And then I went and checked everything and the numbers weren't adding up. And then from then on, it was like this program was inserted into me that said you don't have enough, and all of a sudden went from only owing 30,000 on my house to over 100,000 in less than a year. And then that's when my whole reality fell apart. We got into the point of having a divorce. It wasn't over the money, it was about intimacy and sexuality. But I saw the program go hard around me. I had some possibility, I had some success, and I was going forward as an engineer, and I was making lots of money and getting promoted and other things. And then all of a sudden that happened, and then everything went sideways. It was like the business went like Nortel Networks was the company. It went bankrupt out from under me. All of a sudden, all my security, all these other things fell apart. Some of it I can see as divine, because afterwards it taught me resiliency. It taught me and kind of got me to escape from what I would call an addictive atmosphere. The company, literally, I can see it now. It was like a dark demon that was kind of milking everybody dry. It was destroying marriages. It was forcing people to work 16, 18-hour days, but only get paid for 8. I started to see a lot of things in a deeper way. And then I started to see the manipulation. I literally, at one point in my life, I was working with suppliers, a company called Selectron and Flextronics. And literally myself and another engineer were in charge of choosing which vendor we were going to go with. And literally these older men that were with one of the companies tried to, blackmail us. They said they were going to tell our bosses that we'd done this thing, and it was not even really true. But in the end, they're just like coercing us. And in the end, we're going to make the decision their way anyways. So we didn't really make anything about it. But just the manipulation, the bullshit that started to show up. How many are seeing that, where the whole reality has been twisted and it's turned the way we see the world, the way outcomes come? I'm seeing so much of that. I'm really having trouble creating. I'm having to trust that the bigger timeline is there, because the corruption of my beliefs, the corruption of reality, the corruption of laws, of government, of other things that are all around are squeezing all of us, and putting fear in, putting restrictions on us that we didn't really agree to, but we had to accept. So if you're kind of stuck right now and you're feeling like what you want isn't working, if dreams aren't happening, it's happening to me too. It's like I'm being sucked dry. A lot of people talk about us being batteries and other things in a matrix kind of idea, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it heavily in my system. I'm feeling I have no choice in it. I've kind of given up having to battle it, because it just seems to show up every time you go to bed. You go to bed positive, and then you wake up kind of numb and unhappy, and you feel sometimes like you've been attacked at night, or you're in a battle, or recurrent nightmares. It's happening. It's happening to a lot of people. I see about it talked about it on Facebook and other places all the time. So if this is happening, it was normal for a long, long time, but it's changing. It's shifting. There's technologies that are being used against us, the things that are causing all these insertions into our thoughts and stealing things and making us angry and having events outside of us kind of beating us up. It's happening. It's happening every day. And they got away with it for so long, but we have to start saying no more. And then every time you go to bed or you're feeling that, I wake up in the morning, I say no more. This energy is not allowed to attack me. If anything, it's redirected to them and 100-fold back, because we need to say no more. We need to say our will is that's no more. We accepted it without being told that we even had an alternate choice. So from now on, no more. No more manipulation of energy. No more stealing of my energy. No more stealing of my sexual energy, of my abundance, of anything. No more debt, interest, all these things that are just constantly beating us and telling us we're bad and we did something wrong in the outward. As if we didn't have a problem already with self-worth and all these kind of things. These things just beat us up even more. And then, you get a traffic fine, or you get a ticket for parking, or all these kind of things. It's all eroding and attacking us because we didn't follow the rules. Well, a lot of times the rules aren't even clear, and hide a freaking fire hydrant behind a tree or whatever, and you're getting tickets for all this stuff. It gets insane. So it's real. It happens. And I'm not going to namby-pamby about it and say, oh, well, this is all part of my journey. No, there's stuff every single freaking day. Bad drivers, people cutting in front of you in the shopping lines, all this kind of stuff. It's happening. It's not I'm creating it. It's not like I'm resisting it, but you see it and you just accept it because, well, if you'll watch my last video, surrendering is the only way into this. Saying no more, making really clear statements about what you'll accept in your reality, and then surrendering it. Because if you fight it, they get energy, they get happy, they feel better, they whatever, because they won. Well, no more. No more am I going to be manipulated. No more is my timelines being shifted. No more is my energy being stolen. No more is my business being affected. No more is my intimacy, my partnerships, my relationships, my sexuality going to be affected, because I'm a human being and these are my birthrights and I permit them into me and I attract them into me. No more listening to bullshit where people are telling you that this is wrong and, you're having sex with others is a bad thing and all this kind of stuff. I'm not talking about having just fill yourself up with falseness and no connection, but we should be welcoming people into our lives that we meet at these really passionate levels, and we get excited about life, and we don't judge ourselves, and we don't sit in shame, and we don't sit in guilt. Same with money, same with whatever thing. We should be able to welcome that kind of stuff in without having to worry about, do I deserve to be paid, and do I deserve this kind of stuff? It's messed up. And it's inserted in our brain, and we don't know any better, and then we doubt ourselves, and then we can't even create it anymore. So it's happening. I see it every day. Keep speaking and saying no more. Do not permit it in your energy. Do not allow it to continue. And we're going to get through this, because it's changing every day. It's getting better every day. But if you're feeling it, it's happening. Now that's off your chest. Go on and start to realize that what you thought you were feeling is actually true, and that it's real and it's there, and it can end now that we can see it. And then we're going to push it out of the shadow into the light, burn it to the ground because it's not serving anybody but darkness, and we're done. And then we get our life back. And then the fun starts. And then we can actually create and be manifestors and not be afraid of what we're manifesting because it's all twisted up. We're winning. We've won. But every step we take is going to bring that glorious unearthing and that glorious light and that glorious dream time of having everything that we want to come to fruition. So I love you all. Keep shining. If there's any questions or stuff you've observed, just put them down in the comments and share it with others, and we can get a conversation going. I love you all. You have a good day. Talk to you soon.